ahead, slide through. You're right on time. Welcome to my neighborhood.
Welcome to Bridge Block. Come take a walk where love is loud and dreams can talk. Hey, yeah. Every step is soul inspired. We shine bright even when it's dark. Oh, hey, sunshine. Come on in. To uplift and inspire. Stand and be understood on Bridge Block. We talk real things, joy, peace, and the growth. So pull up, chill, let your spirit rock. You home now. You home now. You on Bridge Block. You on Bridge Block. Big vibes, big heart, real talk, we smart. Every part of the block is a work of art. Laugh a little, heal a lot, we don't pretend. We building something better, friend to friend. Hey, sunshine. It's the love and the light begin. Understood on Bridge Block, where you belong. This ain't just vibes. This ain't just vibes. This is your song. Hey, sunshine. Come on in. We are here to uplift and inspire. Right here, yeah, you understood on Bridge Block. We talk real things, joy, peace, and the growth in respect. So pull up, chill, let your spirit rock. You home now. You home now. You on Bridge Block. You on Bridge Block. It's always love on Bridge Block. See you next time. Sunshine.
Grand rising to everyone. Good morning. Well, good afternoon, should I say, because it's 12:19. Hello to my Miss Bugs that came in. Thank you for coming and joining me. Most people say they started the 10-minute mark. Y'all know I can't talk to them about just random things. Well, I just start off with saying I hope everybody had a great night. Let me say that. And that you're having a good day today. We're having trunk or treat at church, so I gotta go out here and give these little kids some candy. And that's about it. I don't really celebrate Halloween like that. That's just not my thing. But when we have like things at church to do for the kids, I will go out there and do that because I don't celebrate Halloween like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get on in here and get started because y'all know I'll be in and out. And the thing is, here in South Carolina, we next month for November will not be receiving SNAP benefits. And at this moment, there are more than us that will not be getting benefits. And I look at the point of, and it's in that said my thumbnail says Trump because it is about Trump. Because if he would not be doing the things he's doing, the government at this moment would not be shutting down, and y'all are affecting people in the wrong area. You think we had a pandemic once before? Let somebody not be able to eat, and these kids can't have food. Next thing you know, it's gonna be another pandemic because those kids, people are gonna starve to death. And it's amazing to me how this man could sit in the White House and in the middle of the night, if he said, I want cheese, Danish, and coffee, they can run down there and get that. Anything he asks for, he can get because he has the finances to get it, but you don't think about other people. I think his main thought was, okay, I'm just gonna focus on me and what I got and what I need, and it's all about me. He has not. He didn't. I don't think he thought it through at all. And I know he trying to get a specific area of people, but what he gonna do? It's gonna be a domino effect because it's not only just affect him, but it's gonna affect a lot of other people that he's not understanding. Okay, well, I'm just gonna try to see if I can get these people right here messed up, and I ain't gonna worry about nobody else. But take this look at this list of people that are not gonna be able to get this. At least 36 states have been issued. One is that November stamps payment could be disrupted or delayed. The states are Alaska, Arkansas, California, Colorado. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me get this thing back up and play. While I'm working on this, you are not focusing on nobody but yourself at this moment. And to me, it's unnecessary because why do that? Connecticut, you got all these Delaware, Florida, Hawaii. Y'all know I'm learning this StreamYard thing, and it's getting on my nerves. It really is. But as it is, you have 36 states at this moment that may be going without any type of food stamps. And these are 30 states with thousands of people that don't have. You at this moment, you're barely getting food stamps. People don't realize that. People are barely getting it, and they trying to tell you, okay, well, you're not gonna get no stamps. Then take what you got for all October, and you found out this at the end of the month, and then they said, okay, well, you ain't gonna get no food stamps. But what we need you to do is try to hold on to what you got to make it through November. Okay, you just not telling people this about what's going on. So we're gonna look at this thing with South Carolina. What's here in South Carolina, the news that we received, I think, want to say on the 22nd of this month, to let us know what's gonna happen here in South Carolina.
Announced that there will be no supplemental nutritional assistance program benefits for the month of November.
The State Department of Social Services is halting SNAP benefits starting at the beginning of the month.
Our lawyer Phillips joins us now with what recipients can expect to see over the next month.
Yeah, guys, so what we're looking at, households can still 60,000 people statewide rely on that daily budget to put food on their plate.
Without that $6, of course, they would have nothing.
To help families better prepare, South Carolina DSS says SNAP households can still use any remaining funds left on their EBT cards. They are recommending users budget those funds carefully throughout the coming month and suggest families reach out to local food banks when needed.
A lot of our children would not have food to eat without SNAPs.
Sims says over half of the families that belong to SHARE's Head Start program rely on SNAP benefits.
My heart goes out to the families that we serve because I know how critical these services are to them.
And with the federal funding coming to a halt because of that government shutdown, the hope remains that once that government shutdown is over, SNAP benefits will return once again.
So now you see, well, they're saying that in South Carolina, we won't have SNAP benefits. And then they say that you only get $6 per meal per person a day. Now, you can't even really go to McDonald's and get a meal for $6 these days and think it's going to last. So you think about the amount of food stamps that people are getting, and you're saying take this, what you got in October, telling you at the end of October what to do. So I'm gonna have a transparent moment, and I don't really care about what people think. But here I am. When I had C19, I got hit real hard. So I'm unable to work. I'm on oxygen 24 hours a day. If I'm not on now, I wouldn't be here. I'm on oxygen. So I had to go and get food stamps. and I finally got my disability. But living in South Carolina, we only get, you lucky to get $1,300 a month. I don't even get that a month in disability. And then I'm not at the age of 65 to get my full disability or anything like that. So I'm only getting partial because I'm not even 50. So imagine it's me and my daughter, and we get $126 a month, and they saying take that for the month and y'all live off that. When you can go out here now and you can only get 2 days worth of groceries, and it's $90 to $80 to $100 just for that, and you got to make it. I got hamburger meat yesterday. So once that's done, I have to pay rest of it out of groceries. So you got to be like, okay, I got house payment, car payment, lights, water, car insurance. I got a child. I got all that. So I got to make what I got already stretched. And then you say, well, we're going to give you this 126 and try to make that go somewhere, which it does not go nowhere. And I'm not saying it for sympathy, but I'm just saying, look at what minimum that you get a month. And then you're going to say for people, and then my thing is, I'm lucky to even get that much. It's other people I saw that's disabled and got kids, and they'll turn you off. So you're telling people, we going to cut you off, and what are you supposed to do? So then they saying, well, we going to have all these pensions and food shelters and all this kind of stuff. But when you got over 1 million people, because if you say there's 1,000 here in South Carolina and you got other states together and add that, you got millions of people that are out here with no food. So what are they supposed to do? How are they supposed to feed their family? Those that's got 2 and 3 and 4 kids. When I worked in the school district, we had a thing where our kids had backpacks. They would come on Fridays, they're gonna bus, and they had backpacks. And I used to be like, what's that for? But they were backpack kids. These kids didn't have food at home enough. So what they would do was send them home with backpacks to take them through the weekend. And this was elementary school. So you imagine one elementary school child go home with a backpack, and you got other siblings in the house that may not get a backpack, and the older kids don't get one. So they're going to be trying to eat their food, and you trying to get through the weekend just to have something to eat. So I guess they think when you go to school on Monday or through the weekend, you eat your little breakfast and your lunch, then that's to sustain you. That would not sustain anybody. I don't know why they even think that it will. Looking at the school breakfast or whatever, they only give you a small portion. And if your bus is late for school, you don't get nothing. You might get a little bag, something. That's if they're going to give you a bag. Depends on the school. Then you have lunch. And if you don't like the lunch that day, you just got to suffer through it. Then you're trying to go home at night to eat dinner, and then there's nothing. You got to stretch something to make something happen. And this, when I sit down and I really think about it, hold on, stop for a minute. Let me thank everybody for coming in. Thank you, Mama Rose, Janetta Speaks. Thank y'all for coming in. Mama Rose said, I agree. I'm with you. Janetta said, I think VA, they only get $758, not enough. And you think about it, if you got 3 or 4 kids, or 5 or 6, I got one friend got 9 kids. What are they gonna do? She get like over $1,000 enough. Well, not she was, but as soon as you start working, and then believe me, if you get 1 penny over the limit, they either cutting you down or cutting you off. And they don't give you a chance to say, well, we're going to give you a chance to get your stuff together. And then when we get it, we're going to be able. And Rabbit Red says, on Bricks, Blocks, and Mods, good morning. I'm 65, disabled. My husband is 70 and retired. And we get $23, $24 a month. And she is correct. I had to go get some paperwork, turn some paperwork in. And it was an older lady, came in that whole thing. She was on the rollator, barely making it. She's like, I said, baby, just sit right there. I say your spot, and all you got to do is roll up here. And she came up there because they cut her food stamps off, and she said she was getting $23. And I said, if you up here for $23, you really needed it. Because your Social Security, your disability, all that kind of stuff, it's not enough. And when you can't, and people probably look at for, well, since this time they're doing that means y'all need to go get a job. So let's go back to me. Now, because I'm on auction full time, I can't go get a job. I have a lot of doctor's appointments. I have a lot of specialists I have to go to. Let's just like last weekend, I started feeling bad, and I pretty much knew what was going on. I had a pulmonary doctor appointment, and just walking from one place to the other, that lady took my pulse off. It was my oxygen was at 73, and I got on that scale. I was 15 pounds up, fluid overload. So up under my right arm, I have a device, left arm on my device that I have to wear every day, and I take this thing with me if I leave the house, and it lets them know when my oxygen low, and it let them know when I'm full fluid overload. So we buried my uncle Wednesday, and I was sitting with my family. They called. It was like, Miss Davis, you in fluid overload, so we need to up your medicine. So what they're doing now is trying to up my medicine. So how am I gonna work? And I'm in the bathroom all day. Or I'm in the hospital for what they call drying out. They have to dry me out. They can't even get a CAT scan at this moment because I have so much fluid they can't see. All they will see is fluid. So people like me, they can't go to work, but yet still y'all saying, well, that'll make them start going to work. Some people can't go to work. I mean, it's not that you don't want to go to work, and then you say, okay, well, we're gonna cut the food off, and then what are you supposed to do? And as I sat back and I looked at this thing, I was like, so I'm sorry, let me stop again, y'all. I'm trying to look at y'all comments. They're not running different. They run different over here than on StreamYard. So when I sat down and I thought about it, if you take the food stamps from people, the grocery stores will lose the money that people are getting for food. They're going to lose that money. So what they're going to have to do then in order to stay open is to up the prices. Then the people out here that can buy groceries are going to be mad and upset because you go ahead and knock eggs at $5. They're going to be $10. A loaf of bread going to be $5. A gallon of milk going to be almost $10. So it's a domino effect. You think, okay, you hurting these people. No, you're going to hurt all Americans. Trump said, make America great again. No, make America struggle again. Because if you don't have the food stamps, the stores are going to lose that money. So they're going to have to up their prices. And then the people that are out here that can buy groceries are going to be upset because the grocery price is so high. And then when you decide to turn the food stamps back on, how are you going to afford them? Because now you don't jack the prices up. I'm going to give you the same little bit I was giving you, but now the prices are through the roof, and you can't even see them. You got to crawl in the ladder just to see the prices because they're going to be so high. He did not think about that. You will cut off everything. The worst thing that you cut off will be your food, but be food stamps. You know, back in the day, it used to be EBT, eat better today. Now it's gonna be eat better somehow. You don't know how you gonna make it. And then y'all saying go to the food pantries. They ain't gonna have enough money. They ain't gonna have enough food. They ain't gonna have enough nothing because once you get 1,000 people from everywhere trying to feed a household of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people, what are they gonna have? How can they keep up with that? Then you saying, well, whatever you got for October, try to hold on to it. How? I remember when I'm in the hospital, my daughter has to go to my cousin's house and she keeps her. But I try to send stuff over there because I don't want her to be without, or have to worry about trying to feed an extra mouth. Let me put a little something over here. Let me see what I can do. And you saying, take what little bit you got this month and make it work. Come home. I remember one day I bought 2 days worth of groceries. And it was little enough. It was $90. I was like, wait a minute. So, you trying to budget your food out. I got a pack of meat yesterday, hamburger meat. $13 and some change. Cut that in half. That's only 2 meals. It's 31 days in a month. And now you ain't got to worry about going through the month with no food because there's no food stamps. But let me check these. And Jonas said, hey, Public Enemy from north of 49. Yes, I mean, he is the enemy. When I tell you Trump is sitting in office doing stupid stuff, so it does not make any sense of what he's doing. He got plenty of food. He ain't got to worry about it. You up here tearing down the West Wing, the East Wing, and making a ballroom for what? Who gonna be in there in it? Because halftime he's somewhere on the golf course doing something he ain't got no business. But then you saying, well, we ain't gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna go over here and play a little golf and tear down this East Wing and go here and go there, and people are out here suffering. But you make America great again. So let's listen to this little clip right quick from this lady. Give it a minute to come up.
President Trump has chosen to stop all SNAP benefits to Americans starting next week. So over 1 million people in the Bay State next week will lose their food benefits. President Trump is making a choice because right now, sitting in Washington is a contingency fund of billions of dollars that the president can use to make these funds available next week to relieve the anxiety that so many people are experiencing around the country, including in Massachusetts. So I just want to be clear with the public. This is what is happening. This is the choice that Donald Trump has made. It's to take food away from people, to end SNAP benefits starting next week. It doesn't need to happen. I asked the president and the administration to release those contingency funds for the duration of this shutdown so that people can be fed.
Now you hear that they are sitting on $1 billion. She say 1,000. She said they're sitting on $1 billion that Trump can release to put a relief on his food stamp thing, and he's not. You'd rather sit over there in your little White House where you at, or in every other house you live in, and build ballrooms and tear down walls and worry about a place that you think you're going to live in forever, that you won't live in forever. But there are billions of dollars sitting there that could be used to help America. And your slogan is make America great again. No, make America struggle again. Because in a minute, you think you sitting there making, I'm telling you, the man is racist. He can say he ain't. That's a legend in my opinion. Well, you think you hurting us? No, you hurting everybody. Because like I said earlier, when you go from the bottom saying, I'm going to take these food stamps, the stores are going to lose money. So in order for them to stay open, they're going to have to raise their prices. And then everybody up at the top of the food chain going to be pissed off. Because they're going to try to figure out why I'm in here buying a $10 loaf of bread. Why am I doing this? And you trying to make everybody struggle. I promise you, I think if so many people that would have listened to Project 25 and realized the man was telling you what was going to happen, I think Trump this time in office is worse than he was. I mean, he is 10 times worse than what he was when he was in office years ago. This time he is playing in our face like, hey, I do what I want to do. I'm gonna make y'all suffer because I want to live great and I'm the king. He want to be a dictator. We are not in a foreign country. And you got these representatives, the House and the Senate, Congress, everybody sitting right here. Y'all just, them fools, half of them going along with him. And why? But y'all don't realize how y'all are hurting Americans. Like y'all don't live in America. And he has so many people afraid to say something to him today because he feel like if you say something to me, if you come to me, if you call my name, if you say something wrong, you're going to lose your job. And so many people are living in fear. One thing I said the other day in my encouragement the other day, that I'm not living in fear because I know where my help lies. And if God could take 5 fish and 2 loaves of bread and feed 5,000 men, that's just the men. We ain't including the women and children. I know that he'll work for me because I saw how he has worked for me time and time again. I see how God has kept me time and time again. Not being able to go to work and yet still every month he keep making things happen for me. Working on YouTube, you have to have a threshold of $100. I don't even get paid some months because I'm not on here like this. It's been overwhelming to me here lately. But you were saying I'd rather for me to eat versus the kids to eat. And you think about them babies that don't go to school. Now the ones that are in school, they're able to get a little breakfast, a little lunch, and that's it. But what about the ones that are gonna be at home all day? What are they gonna eat? Baby milk is high. Then what gallons of milk was reasonable now. It's gonna go through the roof. What are they gonna eat? It's like Congress is not concerned about that. It's like the world is not concerned about that. No, we ain't gonna finna go out here marching. I'm not marching for nobody. You ain't finna make my feet hurt. But it's gotta be somewhere where this fool will release that money. If you got billions of dollars sitting there because the government seems like they can't come to a conclusion, then y'all gonna shut down. But y'all shutting down and y'all not thinking about nobody but yourself. It's like when they sit down in them chairs and in the meetings, they not thinking about Americans. They only thinking about their household and what's gonna benefit them. That's it. We gonna have this meeting. We ain't gonna get along with nobody. All we need to do is worry about what we got going on in our lives. What about the rest of the people that's out here in the world? I don't even think that they think, I don't care how much money you got in your family, somebody is low on the totem pole. Somebody out there struggling. But you don't care enough to me. Sometimes I feel like you don't care enough about them if you sitting there worried about yourself. But my thing is, what about these kids out here? Forget the adults, because we grown, we can try to make some things shake, we can handle it. But what about the kids that don't go to school, is not getting no kind of food, getting no nothing? Because like we have Share, which is a program for low income families for kids that are between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 before they go to school. They kind of catch them in the system and they can get a little something. But what about those ones that's at home every day? And you got thousands. It is 36 states that's unsure what they're gonna do. And Rabbit Run said, bread, I just get a loaf of bread, milk, eggs, milk, and things of juice. I really feel bad for those who got kids. Yeah, because I got one child, and my child is 14 years old. They don't eat no little something. They don't come in with no little sandwich. They gonna want a sandwich, something to drink, some chips, and everything else. And when you eat, they want a meal. Because I mean, you gotta give people, when you eat food, you need something that's gonna stick to your ribs. Like when I was growing, they're like, honey, you better get something that's gonna stick to your ribs. And when you give somebody some cereal with some 2% milk, that milk ain't gonna stick to your ribs. You need some whole milk. When you in school and they giving you low fat this and low fat that, that's not sticking to your ribs. They just making something shake. This is okay. We're gonna give them a little something. We don't want to get too full. We just want to sustain them. And it's crazy. Let me go through some of this. Yes, share a loaf of bread. Hey, Blenda Healing, my love. She said I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to Brenda. She said it's strategies, even though more others are on stamps, but they look at brown and black people so they can rebel and start stealing martial law. And you know what, Blenda, I've been saying that they want to put martial law in effect so bad, and I knew it was basically for the African American people. But what he don't realize is that you can sit here and take food stamps, but we will make a way out of no way. And that's gonna be the thing. People are gonna start stealing. They're gonna start going to jail. It's gonna be start doing stupid stuff for the fact that you try to sit in there and play God, somebody that you will never be. This man think I am God. But just like I said the other day too, like King Nebuchadnezzar set up there and thought he was gonna be somebody, but God caused him to suffer. Well, this man was on his hands and knees like an animal, crawling, couldn't get up until he realized who God was. And if you look at Trump today, Trump breaking out with all this stuff, he barely can walk, can't even stay woke when he go to a meeting. He got this older now that they don't know what's coming from. God is trying to show you now. Stop trying to play with me. It's only one. But you so out here, and when you see these people out here that's prejudiced, Cause now these days, that folk that was president that was quiet about it, they singing it out loud because they feel like we got a president in office and we see how he is, so we can be the same way. But you better bet your bottom dollar that ain't gonna happen. And North of 49 says, I bet you are 300 pounds with fake hair, nails, no money left. Why don't you buy my cigarette? Whoever you are, you might want to get off my page. Because first of all, I don't smoke, drink, and my hair is my all that. So, and I ain't got to explain to you, buy your own cigarettes. Because we worried about food and you worried about the cigarettes. You better get off my page and I ain't playing with you. And building a ballroom with no friends, that's all he doing. And somebody said, I had no idea what the title of this meant. Makes no sense at all. BW, a ballroom being paid by the public, not like Obama bowling alley, which is why we all paid for and can't even use. A ballroom, a bowling alley versus a ballroom, and the people, while he building a ballroom, whoever you are on my page again, y'all better get off and over here because I ain't the one. He is cutting off food stamps and got $1 billion sitting over there where he can help America. Y'all worried about, people are so worried about what Obama done. Obama done a lot for this country. What Trump is out here doing absolutely nothing. He ain't doing nothing for nobody but living for himself. You got people in Congress fighting against each other and the government stopping for food, and you worried about a ball, you worried about a bowl. Baby, get off my page and stop playing with me. Go find you something else to do because it ain't over here for you to do it. It's my blended emotion, but I am right. Get a job. And you talking to people that you don't even know nothing about, you better be glad I don't know how to own this thing, get you out of here. Never mind, I got you. You ain't got to worry about it. I blocked them. Had to try to figure out 8 to 9 kids. See, this is the thing right here. You got ignorant people like this. Is the reason why Trump is in office right now. For dumb people like this is want to sit right here and have something to do. To my love, and a blended said, I love my no emotions. That's what I want. You are emotional. They out of here. Let me make sure they gone, cause honey, I ain't in time for this. They gone. That's it. See, you got people like this is the very reason why Trump is in office. You sitting here right here behind a man when you can do, and but most likely this person right here is able to do for themselves. But you got people out here that some people cannot go to work, and you got some that just don't go to work. But you got some that go to work and don't make enough and need food stuff for their kids. Like I said, I don't care about the grown people. I don't care about them that smoke cigarettes. I don't care about Obama in a bowling alley. You got this man that's gonna tow up the walls of the East Wing to build a ballroom where you got all these other ballrooms in there that you can have. You ain't have no big festivity inviting everybody in America to come by and let's dance. This man is going out here playing golf and damn near, excuse me, y'all, damn near dead. Almost out of here. I don't see him making it 4 years. I just don't. People don't like to hear that. I just don't see him making it because the number one thing is God ain't gonna allow that man to sit up and do it. Now he got to strategically put him in place because we live in a revelation. So kings, them people that think they over God they want to try to reign, but he's not. But my thing is, I fear for the children of America that are gonna go without food next month. Those are gonna go without food next month and don't know how you gonna make it. Whatever your cabinet is right now, that's all you got. And then you trying to go to these pantries and the line gonna be down the street and wrapped around the corner. And then when you get up there, they be like, we only got so much. We limited this amount. If you go in there and say, well, okay, we limited 2 loaves of bread, you got 9 kids, how you gonna feed who you ain't gonna get but 2 sandwiches out of that. That's it. Loaf of bread ain't big. Not big at all. And Miss Bug said, I was blessed to get home from my deceased husband in military. We have started growing our products to survive. And you got to. And Healing said, now it's time to start relying on God. Healing, if you don't rely on nobody else at this moment, that's why I say I'm not fearful or afraid of what's going to happen and what's going to go on, because God has kept me. He has sustained me. When I had absolutely no money coming in here, ain't nothing turned off. I still have everything I need. He made a way. Continue to pray and believe and say, God, you know what? If he said little become much, if you place it in his hands. And even if you feel like I don't have faith, but he didn't ask you to have this big wide faith. He said have the faith that's as the size of a mustard seed. And let it be that small and you can make it. So next month for me, I have a child and I got limited funds. It's like, how you gonna make? I'm gonna continue to depend on God. Y'all don't see me getting on YouTube and saying, I need this. Cash out me this. Cash out me that. I don't do that. You see my cash app down there. I don't get super sticker, super thanks and all that stuff. But I survive. I survive because I'm blessed. I'm more than blessed. I continuously every day say my affirmations that I have more than enough. I have more than enough. I say that because even if I don't see it, if I keep saying it and being repetitious about it, my situation will change. So Mama Rose said you got a troll in here. Mama Rose, I don't kick them out. And Blitz said, y'all no served us than us. Y'all just made us poster kids. But go ahead. And see, we're gonna be poster childs for blessings. Because what you think you tearing us down, you're not. Miss Bug said, please stock up on beans, rice, smoked meats, pantries, or passing them out on the first. You better get whatever you can. They said, well, take what little bit that steps that you got for October. You still gonna be able to use them, and for next month, who gonna have money from this month? Food is high. I remember one time I went in Walmart, them eggs, and it was a dozen of 8. It was a carton of 18 eggs, and them eggs said they was $8. I said, I'm good. I'm just not gonna have no eggs. I go to Sam's and get eggs. And even when you would go to Sam's, could be able to stock up on stuff, get stuff in bulk. How you gonna get it? Because they take EBC, but not now. I'm going out the line, y'all. I'm sorry. Like I said, this thing don't show me the thing like it would. And Miss Linda said Obama didn't take food out of people a lot. Obama didn't spend ICE on to capture folks, so they never comparison. And that's right. Obama didn't. If people would go back and look, and it's crazy to me, if they would go back when he was in office, and he wanted to build this wall and get all the immigrants and take them and put them over on the other side of that wall, and can't nobody come in America, can't nobody do this, and we're gonna build this big wall. I don't know how you gonna build a wall around America, but the United States, but have at it, brother. And we're gonna take all the people, we don't want them over here. If somebody could tell me, why didn't they get a clue the first time, them 4 years that he was in office, and the only way they survived the last because it was a pandemic, that he don't want people over here that are not Americans. I don't know why his wife could say, because she's not American. He told y'all back then what he wanted, so now he acting upon it. Soon as he got in office, soon as they gathered, they swore him in. ICE was out here on attack for everybody. You ain't American, you got to go. See you later. And he's just sitting wherever. You ain't, I don't care what, you could be Colombian. You may end up in Guatemala. You don't even know. And everybody want to say what Obama did. Obama caused to have more jobs. It was open. You never saw one time when Obama was in office. I don't think the government showed closed me. I can't remember. But I know one thing, Medicaid, Medicare, and food stamps, it was still up and running. It didn't close, and y'all worried about food. They don't even care about you. And Mama Rose says, I didn't know your birthday was next day. My happy birthday. And I'm just going on the people, I can't see this thing. The people have to use cash. I've been doing it for years, but I wish I was getting stamps. At this point, the little bit they're trying to give you, if you get stamps and then when you go down there, you're gonna get them on the prayer. You asking all these questions. How can you get this? Like I said, for me being on disability, being real, I'm just being real, being honest, being on disability, getting only $1,200 a month and $200 off my retirement for school because I'm not 50 yet, so I'm not getting full benefits. And you saying I'm gonna give you $126 a month for you and almost an adult. She's 14 years old. And we wanted you to take this and divide it between 31 days and see how you gonna make that shake. When you get a gallon of milk, it's $2 and some change. And if you get a loaf of bread, it's $2 or $3. Everything. When I say when I go look at grocery store, go to grocery store or look at this and order, because I order from home because I don't like to be in public a lot just because of my immune system. But I look at, okay, I'm gonna go buy this, and I look at the prices of what it used to be and what it is now. And you imagine when those food stamps stop and you try to go in the store and get the simplest thing because they trying to keep their doors open, they gonna have to jack up prices. Because you think about this, and not only that, oh, thank you, Lord, for reminding me. Not only that, people are gonna lose their jobs, and that's whether what he was trying to get us, it's gonna be black and white. They gonna lose their jobs because when you in the store, in order for you to have workers in there, you got to have enough money to pay them. You got to have enough money to pay them to go in here and run your stuff. And people ain't working for no little nothing. So when you ain't got the money for the groceries or to keep your store open, you got to fire other people in order for you to have that money. So that $12 that you was giving Sue over here, for every hour, we gonna need that, baby. So I'm sorry, we're gonna let you go. So it's hurting people in so many ways, and he not understanding it. You can lay at home every day because he a crook, so he gonna find ways to steal and everything else. So then you got people that's gonna be laid off. You got people that's gonna be out here stealing. You gonna be people out here that's gonna probably starve to death. You got people out here that's gonna be pissed off because how we gonna why our groceries gotta be high? It ain't us. They don't got food stamps. They high because of him. Y'all don't realize that though. Helen said, I warned, this thing keep popping. She said, I run Moses go to stock up and pile. Yeah. If you don't stockpile, I don't know what you're gonna do. Let us say only the strong survive. We know how to make meals for our babies. We don't run around here panicking, trying to see what they gonna eat. Right. I have a tattoo on my right arm, and it says, "You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice." Because when I was in the coma and all of me to come out, I had to fight to that. A month and a half on the ventilator, had to fight. So I know what it is to be strong, and as a parent, I know what it is to go in here and open that cabinet and take something out and make a whole meal out. You don't know what happened. Like I said, I got that hamburger the other day. You can make tacos, you can make hamburgers. If you make hot dogs, you can take that same hot dog meat and make some spaghetti. Or you can take that same hot dog meat and make some goulash. It's so many things that we can do to make things stretch, and everybody don't know how to do that. Somebody say stop steps on lazy people, but you can't say stop steps on lazy people because you don't know who lazy. You got some people that get up and go to work Monday through Friday or 7 days a week. And because the economy is still bad and you're not making enough money, and you got kids, you got to have a little something to help you out. So you don't know. You can't say, well, on your application, it don't say, are you lazy? Because some people can't work. Like I can't work. I can't physically go to nobody's job. I'm on too much oxygen, and they're not going to allow me to walk right here with no constraint on their job. Even at home, I can't work because I have to in doctor's appointment, and I don't know how my body gonna go from one day to the next. I'm still in healing process. I'm not declaring nothing, but I declare my healing. But I can't say, well, I'm gonna get up tomorrow and go to work. Then they say, 2 days later, I'm laying up in the hospital. I don't know that. So that's not an answer, Diamond. I'm sorry. And Miss Bug said, she said something on, and somebody said it's the darn that they don't want to vote to keep the government open. At this moment, I don't know who want to do what. Because Congress, they're sitting back they got their legs kicked up. We want to go back and forth for stuff. And y'all looking at this moment now and seeing what's going on in America. Y'all rather sit here and keep the government trying to come to a happy medium somehow so y'all can open back up and people can have food. But we'd rather just sit back here and just relax and kick our feet up. We ain't got to worry about it. And Diamond said Obama needs to be locked up for allowing homo marriages, allowing Biden to let Mexicans in the border free. Baby, you finna be kicked out too. Because why do y'all always, I'm going to stop right there. Why do y'all want to always blame Obama and Biden for the stuff that's going on? First of all, whether they married or not, if they want to get married, that is their priority. If they want, and even if you say, well, okay, we against gay marriages, you still can't break a relationship. Now, in my world, I don't think that's right because the Bible speaks to that. But the Bible also says, judge ye not, lest ye are judged. So while I'm sitting here putting a number and the name on what somebody's do, when the Lord called me, and I stand before him, I'm standing there alone. He ain't got to judge me from nobody else's life. What you choose to do is your choice. Now, if Obama say, okay, y'all want to get married, have at it. And at the end of the day, again, that's their choice. So why am I going to get married? Somebody decide to get married. I ain't got a heaven or hell to put you in. And I'm not going to sit here and judge you because I ain't got no room to judge you. Because it's something in my life or something that I may do or we may be doing in our lives because no one is perfect that can allow us to miss hell, like sitting here judging somebody. Allow us to miss heaven and go straight to hell because we judge somebody. What they decide to do is their business. And y'all saying don't let Biden letting Mexicans in the border for free. Y'all letting everybody in. It ain't just Mexicans. This world is a melting pot. So my thing is because Mexicans are foreigners, but what about the Indians? What about the Pakistanians? What about all them other people that's over here? Y'all worry about the Mexicans, but the Mexicans over here, the ones that y'all need over here, they over here picking picking beans and all that fruit and stuff y'all need. They picking it. Y'all are worried about the wrong thing at this point. People worried about what Obama did. Obama ain't even in office. And better yet, Obama ain't been in office for 8 years now. So why are we still worried about him? Get over it. I'm not living in the past. I'm living for the future. And the future that we're in today, we're in a world of chaos. Y'all worry about, he talking about make America great again, make America struggle again. For some of y'all, because I ain't gonna struggle, I'm gonna be a survivor. I always have been, always will be. Just say I have a car to get a job lay. Child, you finna get off my you finna get blocked too. Blender says we have been in situations we conditioned to survive. We will also talk about others. We gonna be good. Those who haven't learned the lesson bound to repeat what they won't survive. Yes, our ancestors, they showed us throughout life how to make it. And for those of us that grew up earlier part in life in the 60s and 70s and all in that era. Oh, our parents taught us, I grew up in, as from the 70s on, our parents taught us well how to survive. Baby, because we would rig something up in the minute we would make something shake. They had a little bit. Kids, they had some beans and some cornbread and called it a meal. That was it. So they taught us as we grew up in life. You gotta survive. You gotta do this. You gotta go here. You gotta do this. Our ancestors, and I'm thankful for the ones that went before me, because Lord, I don't know if I could have made it with the struggles that they had. I'm just being serious. They taught us how to get through life, how to make it through. Somebody said, I'm finna be hungry. I ain't finna be hungry. Let's say, Brett, I know you in the flow, but you often offer, you can please get some moderators. I have a student is under the weather right now, because I'm about to get some people out of here. And that's Rose. Aunt Rose says at least wait a year, or hopefully we won't have to get another one to operate on. But yeah, y'all, I'm trying not to be alone, but it was just put on me last night. I mean, I think all night long I struggled with that. When I looked at that clip about South Carolina, and I looked at that, and when I looked at the other states, 37 states, where your steps can be delayed or not even exist. And the thing is, it's not just for November, but however long the government is closed, that's how long you can go out without food stamps. And then not only that, as you go without food stamps, it's no telling how long you may get them back, or if they're going to come back. And that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. You think about how long can these pantries, everybody say, well, the pantries, they don't stack up with millions of people. How long they going to have food? How long are they going to be able to go and see, whoever Bubbles is, tell the Democrats no medical for illegals can, it's just too many of y'all in here today, and y'all in about 2 seconds away. And I think this one time was the reason why I don't go live sometimes, because I know how I snap on people, and I'm trying not to. And Blenda said, I'm in my 60s, baby. And everybody, that's what I'm saying. Like Blenda said, she's in her 60s, and when you at a certain age and under the age of getting full security, Social Security, all this kind of stuff, and they was even trying to jack their age up to 67. You making people work almost their whole life if they want to get their full benefits. You want to get your full benefits, 67. And if you feel like retiring, you better know you got yourself and your life together. But I say this to everybody because I'm going to get out here, because I see people, they're really trying to test the Jesus in me today. And he didn't want to be tested. But we have got to realize that we are living in a society where we got to stay prayed up. We have got to stay on our knees. And if you sit in your chair, however you got to pray, however you pray, just give God reverence and thank him in advance for what he's going to do in your life. When you pray, even if you don't see it, thank him for it in advance. Say affirmations. I say it all the time. Say your affirmations and keep them on repeat in your head over and over and over. Because God didn't leave us here by ourselves. He left us here with the Holy Spirit. He didn't leave us like that. He left us with our answers to remind us that, baby, you strong. You can get through this. Did you not see me get through it? Did you not see me good civil rights? Did you not see me go through segregation? Did you not see me? They want martial law to come in effect so bad. And then again, what if it happened? I don't understand why he don't realize that we don't care. We're not finna go out here marching for nobody. Because we already been marched for our family. We thank all our aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents who marched for us. We're not doing that no more. We're not finna go out here and pick no beans and pick no collard greens and pick all that stuff. All that stuff that he want us to do, those days are over. And in my opinion, I told my cousin the other day, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I feel like at this point in life, nobody over 60 years old, not saying that people that are 60 are not in their right mind, but I feel like anybody over 60 don't need to be in office again. It need to be a cutoff age. It need to be a cutoff limit so how long some people can be in office. Not Obama, but Trump is in there trying to stay a lifetime. Baby, you ain't gonna make it a lifetime. He trying to be enough till the day he leave here and probably pass it on to his son. This ain't no dictatorship. You are not the Pope, and you can't go down the line and pass it to nobody. But y'all don't live in fear. Because the Bible said God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a love and a sound mind. So we keep our mind focused on him and leave fear out of it. Even when you see, I don't know how I'm going to make it. I got this last thing. It's going to always be a ram in the bush. It's too many stories that the Bible has told us of how people have went through and at the end have come through unscathed, have come through surviving. And we're going to do just that same thing until they put these steps back in place. It is what it is. That I tell you, that's my life. My life motto, it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it. I'm not a part of Congress. I can't go nowhere. They say vote, and I can go vote. But I can't go in there and say, y'all get back in this house, and y'all open this government back up, and I mean do it right now. I can't do that. None of us can do that. We can try. I mean, there are people out here fighting for people's rights to get the stamps turned back on. But he's saying no. And I know some of these states that cost of living is high, that it's going to kind of hit them hard. But if you keep the faith, make something shake, get up and do something, that's how it is going to be. Let him have it. He want his little east wing, his ballroom, let him have it. But just like King Nebuchadnezzar, go back in Daniel and read about it. That man was sick. He was walking on his hands and knees because his body had been stricken because he was trying to be God. And God said, I will have no other God before me. Only people going to be with God is God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. But y'all, we going to make it through this. Who is Kelly Klein said not true? I see you leaving here too. I see your future on Blitzblock has been diminished. Y'all, but that's all I got. It's crazy good. Is that my good? Is that my sugar poop? It is a stew, baby. I don't have all kind of little trolls in here today, but I've been trolling them right on out here. I don't go live, y'all. That's amazing. I think this is why I go live rarely, but because I'm not talking about their best friend Trump, that's what I call her. People are mad. She said, good afternoon, friends. Hey, Britt, Rose, Bugs, Blender, Healing, to everybody. So, astute, what I was talking about today is about Trump out here trying to, next month, South Carolina, we already know here will not receive food stamps, and you got 30 other states that are on the hit list for not receiving food. And my biggest concern at the end of the day is for the kids. Grown people can make it. Half of us can sit down our place for a couple days anyway. But grown people can make it. But it's the children that I am concerned about, especially the ones that are not school-age kids and you don't have a meal. You ain't got nothing to eat. Here you is, you trying to give your baby a little milk and this, that, and the other. And then some people just don't have it. You got these backpack kids that are already going home and showing you they ain't got nothing to eat. What are they going to do? You got parents that's going to work. And it's going to make people that pay bills, it's going to make them be like, do I pay my light bill or do I eat? Do I pay my water bill or do I eat? Do I pay my rent or do I eat? And it's going to throw bills behind. They're not thinking about that. And to sit on $1 billion, to sit over there in that White House on $1 billion that you can release while the government is shut down to help with food stamps is absolutely ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. How do you sit back and do that? Y'all, they kept saying that Obama was Antichrist. No, Antichrist is in office. Now, y'all better know God when you see him. Y'all better know Satan when you see him. Everybody want to say, oh, Trump is the best. Oh, he gonna do this for me. Yeah, he gonna do a lot. He don't came out here and take. Now it ain't just Mexicans leaving here. It's any nationality that's not American, and you could be American all day long. That's getting sent. You up here, you a Colombian, you in Guatemala, you over here from Africa, you over here in Europe somewhere. He's throwing people anywhere. Anywhere he can throw them, he's throwing them. And you can have your citizenship paper on your body. And they're saying, and I believe this to be so, when you go somewhere, I don't care if you got, at this moment, tattooed on your forehead, I am an American citizen. Show them what, have your license, your birth certificate, your papers. Now, they still may take you, but at least you know you got them. Pin them to your clothes. You know, like when we were growing up and our parents would send us to school, send us notes home, they would pin them to our clothes with a safety pin. At this moment, we have to do that. This America is absolutely crazy. Mama Rose said they see now the orange man ain't yes. You know, some people see it. But you know what, Mama Rose? As long as he keep doing what he doing with cutting off this, and you cutting off this hurting African American people, but it's hurting everybody. They gonna start seeing for who he is. It's gonna be a wake up America. Good morning, America. Wake up, rise and shine, and see who he is. But y'all, I've been on here for an hour. Thank y'all for stopping in. And even for the trolls, it kept me on my toes. It let me learn how to block y'all and also get other stuff that I need to say back to my members off. So thank you to the trolls that can't hear me no more because you gone. Thank you to Astute, my bestie, for coming in. And for Mama Rose, Blended Healing, for healing. Jonetta Speaks. I don't want to miss nobody. I hate to call it people's name and forget. Miss Bugs. Everybody. I'm gonna put like that. So y'all go. We're gonna get on out of here, and y'all have a wonderful day. Well, you know what? Like I was start trying to say too, make a day amazing. Get up every day and say, I'm gonna make this day amazing. I'm gonna make it amazing on purpose. Love y'all, and I'm out.